SBC La Limited claims that the venue for the widely publicized event encroaches on their land and prayed the court to stop the La Boma Beach Resort from going ahead with the concert on the disputed land. According to SBC La Limited, organizers of the event didn't seek the consent of the company for the concert. Hence, the decision to place the injunction on the much-hyped concert. The injunction is restraining parties, including the La Boma Beach Resort, the La Traditional Council, and the AfroNation Limited from having any dealings or from working on the land in dispute. Meanwhile, organizers AfroNation Limited are bent on going ahead with the concert scheduled to take place between December 27 and 30.
On Dixon Beats.
And definitely we'll have some discussion in studio about this. And there's more on AfroNation here on Midday Live. Good afternoon, sir. You're welcome.
Good afternoon.
And you're a lawyer for SBC.
That's it.
And your name is Mr. Christ.
Yes.
So the whole situation looks a bit worrying. You know, situation is that the people, AfroNation, have already started preparation. The concert is supposed to take place from today. And the injunction has been approved.
Yes, they failed to acknowledge that my client is the owner of the land. And then they went ahead to start putting up the structures. And then my client spoke to them. They ignored it. He went to the traditional council. Nothing was done. So the only thing we had to do was to resort to the court. And if we have to serve them on notice with the application, it will mean that that application will be taken after the event has taken place. But the law allows us, where it is a matter of necessity, to apply for an ex-parte application, meaning that we alone can go to court, convince the court that we have a case worth protecting, and the court will grant that application for a period of 10 days. After the 10 days, then we can repeat our application on notice. So for now, we have an order restraining them, the defendants, which is La Boma, La Traditional Council, and then AfroNation. Actually, our target is La Boma and AfroNation. So they have been restrained for a period of 10 days. And then, after the 10 days, we can repeat the application.
But what do you want them to do now? The event is set to take place today. Is it a fair thing for them to have publicized this and all of a sudden you say after 10 days we see what happens?
Yes, if you're organizing a program, you need to get a venue. I believe so.
Yeah.
Now, you must be certain that you are getting the venue from the rightful person. Now, with those gigantic structures that they have put up, certainly if you're the owner of the land, you'll be worried about it because your land is being taken from you.
But the land was given to La Boma, and they, this time around, taking it from La Boma. Is that not the case?
That is not the case. Our client has an indenture executed in the year 2014, which has been registered at the Lands Commission and has received concurrence, so that in the records of the Lands Commission, he is the rightful owner of the land.
So how did La Boma get to use that land then?
People trespass on other people's land all the time.
So they sat quietly all this while for La Boma to trespass on their land? Is that what the case is?
No, they had taken steps. The reason why we even brought the Traditional Council into this matter was that he had approached the Traditional Council to find out whether they had given the land to them and to stop them. We had had occasion to write to Laboma to stop operations on the land. But all these went unheeded.
As far back as when?
I think about 2 years ago, we wrote to them.
And you didn't find the need to have settled this till AfroNation came in with this project that has been hyped, talked about?
Oh, you take the opportunity as it comes. So you get me? If we did not take steps, it does not mean that we should also keep quiet and not take steps forever. It will mean that we'll end up losing our land forever.
So there was no prior engagement with you at all?
No.
Even before Laboma secured that land, and because they have been using the land for quite a while now?
They have never consulted us.
And this is the opportunity that you think that you can, lay an injunction?
Rightly so.
But let's say the injunction came just yesterday. What if they haven't received, they haven't seen it?
No, the injunction was granted on the 24th.
On the 24th?
Yes. 24th, we took steps to serve.
And those were holidays?
No, 24th. 24th was not the holiday. The holiday was the 25th and then the 26th. So we were within our rights. We served them on the 24th.
You are sure that they received?
Certainly. We served them. We have also served the Traditional Council. We have served Laboma.
Is there not an opportunity, at least for the sake of this concert, to Giorgio?
Yes, if they approach us. My client is there. I cannot speak for him. But if they approach him and he's willing, I mean, he's willing to give, they acknowledge that he's the owner of the place.
So the problem is that they are not acknowledging that SBC is the owner.
SBC
La is the owner of the land that they are using for.
Yes, it's about 13 point something acres of land.
We'll bring you live updates from Laboma, where structures are being put in place for AfroNation that begins today, actually. So if we can see what's happening live on the grounds, let's bring you those updates before we come back in here to speak to lawyer Chris some more on the way forward, if we're still going to have this event. So that's the live updates. That's what's happening currently at Laboma, where AfroNation is set to start today. Is it going to come off? It looks like the people are so ready to have this set off or come off, but we don't know about SBC La, and we don't know what they're going to do. So should it happen that they said they haven't, you said you're sure they have received, but...
They have received it, and we are taking steps for the benefit of the doubt. We went to court this morning, and we've been granted ex parte application to serve all those processes, post them on the structures there. So those who say they have not received it, will see.
Have they been posted yet?
As of now, I cannot tell. But then we are in the process.
The event is underway.
We are in the process of doing all that. And so long as they flout the orders of the court, they will be in contempt.
So for you, what is necessary at this point is for them to reach out to your clients and have a conversation.
If they so
desire. Is your client willing?
He is willing.
He's willing to have a conversation with them and let this go.
Yes, he is.
Well, we'll see if we can speak to the organizers of AfroNation and see if they are also ready to Giorgio and get this happen. But once again, let's cross over to Laboma, where AfroNation is set to take place starting today to the 30th.
Okay, so right here at the Laboma beach, the much anticipated AfroNations is happening right now. As you can see behind me, the big stage, all is set for the big show. I can see a lot of the artist managers here doing their sound check. Well, I just saw the manager of Shatawale who just passed by. I can see former manager of Stoneboy, Black City is also in the building, and a lot of people are here getting ready to make sure that the event comes off tonight. Despite all the court stuff, everything is set here today. And I have a few people here just trying to talk to them and find out the expectations for today. Chairman, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to TV3.
Welcome.
We just want to find out, which country are you from today?
I'm from England.
Wow. And let's find out your expectations for tonight's event.
Tonight's event, I'm expecting a big event, a big opening day. We've got a lot of good artists coming. Burna Boy, I'm looking forward to seeing him. And yeah, I'm expecting big things, big things. It's the first time for me in Africa, so yeah, very excited.
Right. you mentioned of Burna Boy. Which of his songs really moves you?
The one that he's done with Dave.
Can you sing one or two lines?
I can't sing. I'm not a very good singer. I'm not a very good singer.
Okay. I'm sure you came here with a lot of people and you're looking forward to have fun tonight.
Well, we're working, so not much fun. Well, we'll try and have as much fun as we can, but we're working.
All right. Let's talk to you, sir, briefly. Yeah. Let's find out expectations for tonight's event.
I'm expecting quite a lot. We're in Ghana. This is the motherland. This is a beautiful country. So I'm expecting all African brothers and sisters to come here because this is AfroNation. We had it last time in Portugal. Now it's in Ghana. So we're expecting all our locals from our motherland to be here.
So where are you from yourself?
Me, originally from Congo, but I grew up in England. Yes.
And you are here to have fun?
I'm here as part of the security and, of course, to have fun. And excited to be in Ghana.
All right.
Of course.
I'm sure you heard of the Year of Return. And what other places aside this event, what other places are you looking forward to see?
After this event, within 4 or 5 days, I'm not really sure, if I'm honest, about what's going on around Ghana, but we're going to look around different places, different seasons. Yes.
All right.
Okay.
So I have with me one of the marketing team or Ghana partners for AfroNations here, Mr. Rudy Kwache. Chairman, let's just talk to him and find out, preparations for tonight's event. Chairman, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to TV3.
Yeah.
Yes. So Mr. Rudy is part of the marketing, executive producer, and the partners.
That's fine.
All right, let's find out.
Let's go on.
Expectations for tonight.
Hey, it's a historic day. We'll make history. Regardless, nothing great comes without sweat, toil, and a few barriers that you need to jump over, break through, or kick over. And I think we've done all of that anyway. And we're ready to make history.
Talking of, barriers, well, there was a report.
There's a lot of barriers. I'm sure you didn't come for me to repeat a lot of the barriers. But here's one thing I want to repeat. Today, AfroNation Ghana kicks off tonight, and it will be a spectacular music experience right at the beautiful sandy beaches of Accra, and it will be here. It won't be anywhere else, and the whole world's eyes are on us. The brand is strong. We've seen a lot of the challenges, but we've scaled over a whole lot of them. I don't need to get to the details. And we heard a few more. And listen, there's a ruling event. Expect the worst. So we wake up every day expecting the most terrible things that could happen, and that helps us prepare and get ready to actually deliver a sterling experience. So get ready.
Thank you very much.
And make sure you come down to the beach, right, and experience AfroNation Ghana tonight. It's on.
Solid. So you heard it from the executive producer, Mr. Rudy Kwache. AfroNations is going down tonight, and so we're expected to be here and have fun. This is Naftali Ba, TV3, Accra. Thank you.
All right, back in the studio here, I'm sure that Lawyer Chris is not excited about some of the things he's heard the local organizer said. You are excited? Yes. It means that there's a case you're going to pursue beyond what you've talked about. Certainly. He says this is happening. There's no challenge whatsoever.
Yes. So it means that at the end of the program, we are going to cite them for contempt. And he will be one of the people who will be citing.
Whoa. Well, could it also have been that maybe they have, some backing? Because this is in conjunction with the Year of Return Secretariat. The Tourism Authority have also said that this is going to happen no matter what. So maybe they have some backing that you don't know.
I wouldn't know.
Maybe they also have resorted to some legal, considerations that you do not know about.
Then they would have served us. Just as we have served them with our processes. They would have also served us. Then we know that they have received some processes, or they've gone and set aside our injunction order. But if that order has not been set aside, then it is still in force for the period of the 10 days that we have procured it.
So they are going on with this. What's next for you?
Yeah, we will advise ourselves.
What are you going to do?
I told you, we will cite them for contempt. One, the order that we are taking, the ex parte order that we've taken, we are serving the police, and the police will assist us to enforce the order. Is that to say that you're disrupting whatever is going to happen there today? It may happen. Whoa. It may. Considering the steps that we have taken, it may happen. But a lot of people have come, at least for the sake of our country. we are talking about justice.
Justice here. But let's speak to Sadiq Abdullahi, who is on the line. I'm sure he's at the venue. Sadiq, if you can hear me, I've seen that setup and everything is well in place. I'm sure also that you followed the legalities that has to do with AfroNation coming to pass or happening in Ghana today.
Yeah, come again. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
So if you can hear me, you know that there's been an injunction laid on AfroNation. Is that having to affect anything happening with regards to PR and all that? I know that the organizers are bent on having the shows, but you as a pundit, what do you think?
Oh, I mean, it's not, really affected it. As far as I'm concerned from the organizers, an injunction has not been served on them. Court summons, obviously it's different from injunctions. But the only thing I would say it may have affected is sort of give it a bit of a negative policy, but it's not affected ticket sales, it's not affected enthusiasm, it's not affected the production and all of that. They are still, even though the gates have not been open, if you're here, it's actually full. It's difficult to actually even get in now. So that goes to show that it didn't have any major impact on it beyond the few conversations that it generated on social media. But I think that regardless, it gave it some good publicity and talkability.
But you're sure, and you know for sure, that they haven't received anything?
Yeah. So you are sure that what?
You are sure that they haven't been served? You know that for a fact? Because I have a lawyer in studio and he says that they made sure that the organizers and Laboma got served.
Okay, well, as it stands now, as far as I'm aware, from the lead executive producer on site, Rudy and everybody else, injunction has not been served. So the organizers have not been injuncted. They are two different things. When you serve court summons are totally different from injunctions. I'm sure your lawyer who's there could actually detail that to you. So when you serve anybody and it's a court summon, and where the person is directed to appear or enter an appearance in court within a particular period, that's totally different from injunctions. So as far as I'm aware, that has been explained to me that it is not injunctions. There's been court summons, but it doesn't mean anything. Beyond that as well, somebody writing a stop and desist letter to you is not necessarily legally binding, but unless, of course, it's been affirmed and given legal backing by the courts. I'm sure the lawyer can explain that to you more.
Well, thank you very much, Sadiq. He actually is smiling in here and listening to you. What are your final remarks? You've heard one of
The order was served together with the writ of summons. So what he's saying is not true, or it's not correct. Let me put it that way. It's not correct, because we served the order together with the writ of summons and the statement of claim. So we are prepared. I will advise my client as to his rights, and then we will pursue it.
We look forward to what happens in the coming days. Is AfroNation coming up? At least from the setup we've seen, they are ready to go. Are we going to be allowed by SBC law and all the legalities that they come with to have this peacefully? Well, we'll find out in coming days.